Hey guys, good day to you. Hey, we need to talk about a training split and why it's important and what it is. Typically, when someone's new to lifting weights or going to the gym, they'll do a full body routine, which means you'll work all your major muscle groups within that session, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Um, the downside of that is we adapt to it pretty quickly, 3 to 5 weeks tops, and you're not feeling any little stiffness, you're not noticing strength gains. And the other thing is that we typically start with the muscles we like to work or the ones we want to be proud of. And then we leave the ones that we're not so proficient at towards the end or we don't enjoy. And what happens is those smaller muscles that are left towards the end, they either don't get worked sufficiently enough to maintain muscular balance, because after all, they support the big ones, or we just run out of energy. But that last bit isn't being done sufficiently. And so that's when we transition to a training split, which basically means we build your program so that we hit all your major muscle groups in a balance throughout the course of the week. So for example, you might have chest and back as one day, and then another day legs and abs, and then another day shoulders and arms. That's a pretty basic training split, but that ensures that each area has gotten enough work for it to have an adaptation or cause an adaptation, so that you experience some change, some growth, some strength, some different shape and size. But then it gets enough rest because you just work it once, maybe a little bit twice throughout the week. But the cycle is stimulate, rest, and then thrive or adapt. And if we don't put enough stimulation on a muscle group, it doesn't ever really change. That being said, the rest is equally important. And if we don't work these in a balance, this is what I'm really getting at, is we design these programs so that everything gets worked in balance towards each other. And certain muscles will get too strong, the opposing muscle will get too weak, and that leaves us wide open for injuries down the road. And it can happen as short as 5 or 6 weeks. You'll notice that that was way harder than it should have been, and that muscle hurts excessively. That's the start of a muscle imbalance and a possible injury. And so the reason I bring this up is I've noticed the last few weeks a lot of cancellations, which is fine. Life happens and things come up, but I'm not seeing the reschedules, and that I needed to make this video to help everyone understand that the program is designed with complete balance so that everything grows and progresses in the right order and we avoid injury. If you're constantly hitting those Mondays and never a Wednesday or Friday or whatever it is, we're open to possible injuries. So I'd love to see the reschedules, or if you're not going to make it all your days, let us know what days you can make it and we'll change your workouts to try to cover all the bases and ensure longevity and success over time, instead of we keep hammering the same part the day you're available, which ultimately leaves something else too weak. So just keep in touch, let us know, and we'll change the program or we'll change days. But I love y'all, and I want to make sure everyone has the best success they can and stays healthy and strong and doesn't incur any of these muscle imbalances. So until then, we'll see you later. Here's one for the road. Have fun.